I stopped recording. Close this window. Oh, almost closed OBS. Close this window. Okay, sunshines. This is 3.5 hours. Not as bad. Not as actually pretty good. Pretty good. What am I saying? It is pretty good. One thing that I kind of learned from yesterday work of the Wolf Girl is that I don't think that in the second stream I did like enough progress on her. First one was pretty pog, but then the rest was kind of whatever. Okay, let me help you with that stuff. It was a while since I toggled this cute critique thing on. Okay, let's see. The perspective is off, you said. You wanted for her to be closer and for the guy to be looking. What was it? He typed it. Person is sitting on the computer and looking at. So, what do you actually call her name whenever we actually have no idea who the character is? But he's supposed to be looking at her, right? Okay. For the perspective, I think feel things like there are tables or the keyboards that are horizontal. They kind of like squish way more as going into the distance, and the table too. So his elbow might actually be kind of hanging off the table. Is how it usually is even for mine. Close the girl on the left. Yeah, I get that it's a girl, but why do you call her Clove, expecting for us to know who she is? Are you, are you painting on this on one layer? Your brush strokes make me think that you're painting on the same layer. Uh, so she actually should be like higher. New character from Valorant. Oh no, man. Oh no. Now I have my hand in this. Yeah, and you don't expect for us to know what Valorant even is. That's a game, right? Or a visual novella, visual novel. Clove of garlic. They is not binary person. It's not about that any. It's about like how do you expect for us to know who that character is? Yeah, regardless, I think she's they like whatever she should be sitting like higher. The table would be like right here. Non-binary person. No, any. I mean, she has tits though. Is that also like not binary? I can't call they her. No, why do you call the character by name? The, you're really not getting it. I'm asking why you calling her by name. Uh, like how do you expect for us to know what the character is? I don't get how this is so hard to understand. Yeah, whatever. We get it by now. But yeah, so she should be higher, maybe even like higher than that, to be honest. Should have merged. I don't get it. Never mind. Never mind, Sunshine. She actually should be like way, way up there, to be honest. Clove on the left and Jeffrey on the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chomik. And Chomik at the bottom. And Bobby at the top right corner too. Just hiding in there. This for people not connecting to the game or setting, it doesn't matter her name. No, Waffle, like I was confused who Clove was. Because I have never played the game. So whenever any said like he's supposed to be looking at Clove, like who is he and who is Clove? You see what I mean? Yeah, and usually illustrations like this are pain in the ass to paint, to be honest. So if I was you, I would have just given up on that. I'm trying to figure out and give some feedback. That's what I'm doing, man. So like, yeah, make the table fuck. Make the table more horizontal. You know how you have it here. It kind of goes down back like this. Make it more, facing us kind of type of the thing. The virus they call anti-cheat system. Virus they call anti-cheat system. So there's that. She would also probably go higher, you know, to sit on the table. I mean, actually, if there is like a circular table, that doesn't really make sense. And the PC, damn, the PC here is totally out of perspective too. It should actually be somewhat like a. Hmm. I mean, Lime, you haven't been around for that long, but I actually used to do cute critiques for like 40 minutes, like every single day, and it would be like a paint over like this or even bigger. You can see like some of those recordings on my YouTube. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't do those anymore, as you can see. I kind of just up to doing my stuff, and then all of them for Carsey. Yeah, most of them for Carsey. Now Carsey took all the advice and left and unsubscribed. More variety, bring back study Sundays. Study Sundays. There was not even ever a thing of a study Sunday. No, bro, we are not doing any fucking variety. We're only hardcore painting now. He also has a little bit too much hair on the back. Valorant Tuesdays? No. Yeah, just some Final Fantasy. Don't play the cursed game? Yeah, no, no games at all, man. I don't know, Annie, this is like somewhat what I would do. Just for the perspective, like trying to make things more horizontal, and then as you see the planes of the table, uh, kind of try to position her accordingly to that. And then, everything else just goes to the same, goes up to the same logic. It's kind of really difficult angle that you choose that you've chosen, to be honest. Like I would really not bother with that. That's really a lot. Today's April Fools. Oh man, it is actually was pretty painful with April Fools on Twitter for a while. WoW always like Twitter. They always like do April Fools jokes, and this time I actually like sort of fell for it because it was an announcement of a new update that actually fit into the game really, really well. All right, let's do this. It's been 4 hours of working on this. You can finally work more. I don't know if it was helpful at all, any. I hope it was. Or actually, I don't even hope. The, the best advice I would give you, Sunshine, is start over. Maybe like do an easier composition to manage or something. It's kind of like find a really, really good reference or take a photo or something. Because that one would be a pain to figure out. And literally, like from the bottom of my heart, like make things easier for you. There's no need to struggle with that stuff. Because you know what happens after a while, if you struggle, you just like, you either give up or you waste too much on it and you wish you gave up earlier. I've done it so many times. Never try. Well, no, you do try, man. But it's like, I think you definitely see where I'm coming from, though. And I hope Penny does as well. Like, you should force yourself to improve with art, but you really should not force yourself to struggle because it it takes more from you than it gives. I honestly think that simple pieces that I'm doing right now are so beneficial, though. Like, every piece that I do that is like time limited for me on the stream, it seems like I'm just structuring the knowledge that I have already and like building on top of it more as I do every single art. Meanwhile, as I was doing those overwhelmingly difficult pieces that I've never tackled before, it's like, fuck, I had no idea what I was doing before, and now I'm even more lost. Magic Poser can make complicated scene with geometry characters, especially for that stuff. Oh, interesting. That's a good advice. I've never used it. I was more about finding the reference or taking my own photo type of a guy, but that sounds good. That's how you get Steve art though. Y- Yeah, and then I mean, of course, you shouldn't just copy that one by one. I think that's to be expected. Never trace it? I would even trace anything. To be honest, the biggest advocate against tracing is just because it's boring. Wouldn't you say so? Some people do, yeah. Do they really? I've never known anybody who traces. Trace over the WoW screenshot people send you. Damn, that's pretty wise, man. That's pretty wise. For a bash magic the generating card. I mean, those are surely just beginners. No, self-respecting artists would ever do that. Especially not anybody who really like works in the industry and makes a living off of that. No, that would be absurd. I gotta lower the volume again. Fucking hell, man. I was just staring at the screen thinking, oh, how nice do those horn shapes look there. Got fucking jump scared for not paying attention to the stream. Taking commissions and use AI without the other person knowing. I mean, there are literally people who like sell generated characters as adopts and stuff too. It is, it truly is. Yeah, waffle, exactly. I mean, they're not scamming artists though. They are scamming regular Joes. Hexes, I mean, hard round, as you can see. Just the default hard round brush. I mean, it has pressure sensitivity and opacity set to pressure sensitivity, man. That's all. That's the all the setting. I'm in my hard round state, phase, as you can call it. Happens once in a while, once every like year and a half, where I pick up a hard round brush again and use it for a while. Okay, is that what you call studying? Scrolling through the Valorant homepage. Did you post your commission openings? You were about to do that at the start of the stream, man. Come on, checking in on you. You sicken me, creator. Your existence. Later this week? What do you mean? Starting a card is the hard part. Why do you want card? I still don't have it. Like, why do we need it? Airbrush setting on the hard brush? No, man. No. It's just a hard edge brush. That's all. No airbrushing involved. I don't think you really need it. I have a eraser that has like a soft edge to it, so like Linktree, but not as. Okay, dude, you can have it, but you certainly do not need it. So launch your commissions ASAP before you start starving. Please, man, please. Soft round airbrush. I actually wonder how it would feel to paint with it. Probably like S to paint with just airbrush. Would probably feel actually extremely uncomfortable. Social TS example. Yeah, it is. I assume it's actually pretty good for commissioners, man. I was thinking about doing it, but uh, I always thought to myself that, as soon as I get like a little bit of a bigger following, I'll make all my socials and stuff not look scuffed. But I keep like delaying it. Keep growing my socials and everything, but I never do the thing. Did you fix the typo? Of course I didn't. What do you think? I would go back and redo it? It worked for like what? 2 years now. It's fine. I like the scuffed webs. I sort of do too, man. I also feel like it's not as important as people make it out to be. How many artists have you seen who have the perfect everything, the socials, their website, like bio, everything, like everything is like perfect to navigate. All of the links work and everything. But then their art is garbage, and you just see where they put their effort into. But then you have guys who look like they've never used the computer, but the art that they post is hipping. Feels too pro. Yeah, maybe it's actually like a form of procrastination. I mean, it probably actually is. SNS manager, yeah. As professional as Sam does art, God bless. Guys who have the art don't need to advertise as hard. Sorta, yeah. Hey Cody, yo, hey man. Critter, this is you. This is you, Critter. Lera's 24, I feel like I've been watching for a decade. Dude, yes! She's 25 though. But yes, I swear, I've been I've been like seeing her hentai art way before I was into art myself. I think that whenever I was at school. So literally, how does that work? Yeah, Lera, she used to go by Lera P, but now she's like Lera V or something. She did change her name, which is stupid thing to do 10 years into your art career, but nonetheless, yeah, she's like a pin-up artist and she streams on Twitch now too. Yeah, I thought she's way older. And to be honest, on her Instagram photos, she's kind of look 30. She looks 30ish. And yeah, do you actually know her story that moved she moved to her fucking what is it? So guy who was one of her first commissioners is from Brazil, and she ended up moving to Brazil to him, and they married and everything. Isn't it crazy? You girls, if you need to look for a husband, just like start doing art and marry one of your commissioners. Alaria, yeah, 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 Alaria. Yeah, that's a name never used in any game or anything. Looks like my story. Monka, yes. Really? Brazil though not worth it. I don't know, man. Brazil takes up like what, half of the globe. Maybe there are some pretty places in Brazil. I mean, it's still pretty interesting when you think about it. Don't go to foreign countries to the people you met online seems like a bad life advice. I don't know, brother. I don't know. May, I mean, it worked out for her, didn't it? She's married now. She's happy and everything. That's what she likes for a living. So how can you say that it was a bad advice or like better thing to do? You see, it worked for Annie too. So, Critter, with all of your logic, we have overwhelming evidence of it working out for people. Right, buddy? Say sorry. If I commission you, will you move in with me? We'll see how it goes, man. I have a plenty of regular commissioners who are after me, so you're in big competition here. The ones in somewhere in basement somewhere don't have Twitch, dude. Okay, you have a very grim outlook on life. Like everything that people bring up here, you're instantly doubting what they say. Hey, Kripas. Well, it's a secret of me too, though. You gotta you gotta have more faith in life, especially for other people too. And also, it is kind of, bro. It's way easier to meet people that you vibe with online than it is to do it in person nowadays. At least, kind of that's my experience. What do you think of Frog as your channel icon? Um, I just drew it for fun a couple of years ago, and then I ended up liking the simplicity of it, and just use it as my profile picture first. But then, as soon as I started streaming, I was just using that as my profile picture everywhere by then, and also used it for Twitch. That's all. Especially if a lot of your interests are online. Yeah, and also, you know what, man? Like, of course, you can like raise all the concerns. Oh, you don't know them. Like, you don't know what they're like in real life. Fuck, I feel like you can sense things. Like, whenever you talk to somebody for like fucking many hours a day, every day for like half a year online, and you've never even seen them, you can kind of like sense if they're like if there's something off or not with them. And usually you can really tell if someone is genuine and like yeah, I don't know. I think you can pretty much tell if somebody's like acting in bad faith towards you or not. Like for example, you guys who come here on my stream like every day or every other day, you have heard me talk a lot. And like, would you be more or less comfortable like beating me offline? I think you would be. I think you would be way more comfortable just based on your online interactions with me. Do you have water today? What do you mean, do I have water? I do have all the water. But it's great as long as you know how to move around, of course, learn a language. Do they, what language do they speak in Brazil? Is it like their own Brazilian language or is it some like Portuguese or something? You don't 100% know someone real and either and they can stab you if they feel like it. Well, okay. Anybody can stab you if they feel like it. You're a serial killer, true. Portuguese. Oh, nice. Then it's Brazilian Portuguese. Dude, Portuguese is like very worth learning, I feel like. Like half of the world speaks it. Different Portuguese than in Portugal. Really? Is the difference like feasible or is it, you know, pressure for size? No, man. It's only pressure sensitivity. Pressure sensitivity for opacity, not for size. US English and UK English, so you would understand each other pretty much. Which is pretty bad, but you can learn with some effort. I feel like US English and UK English are the same languages, to be honest. And you smoothing our flow? I don't think so, man. I mean, it says so here. Fuck. That I have 100%, 10% smooth. I don't think those settings work though. I think settings that you have on your brush overwrite those settings. And no, I don't think I have any smoothing or flow or anything. It's just the default round brush, dude. Nothing. For the ancestral language of a country, you need to learn the little differences. Oh, I see. I see. These settings override your brush setting always. Do they? Okay. I've never messed with those, to be honest. I've always kept those the same. Through changing, you'll feel the difference. Well, yeah, for opacity, yeah, you definitely feel the difference. Yeah, yeah, you're definitely right, man. Yeah, I see what you mean. I agree. I did change the opacity from time to time. Definitely. So, coming back to the going to your commissioner to live with them, if so, like, so unless somebody does it with an intent right from the start, I think it would not be a red flag. Like if somebody from the moment they started, having any contact or business with you, they started acting like they want something from you, then yeah, that would be a red flag. But if you've been talking with them like for years and it's like they've been commissioning you art, it hasn't been a big deal, I don't think you'd want to be suspicious or anything. In fact, I kind of don't like this like distrusting everybody. I had this friend a couple years ago who was doubting everything I was saying, no matter what it was. And not even what I was saying, like any information I would present, he would be like, oh, that's probably a scam, that's probably this, is probably that. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, can you just like listen to what I'm saying? And it's not like even necessarily my information. I would just say that, oh, I've met a guy who's doing this. And then my friend would go like, "Oh no, he's probably lying about that. He's probably saying that to show off." I'm like, why would you even assume that? So like, really don't like this mentality of looking for a scam everywhere. I feel like you can pretty easily say if people are genuine or not. Healthy amount of skepticism, and that's not it. That's definitely not it. That sounds like a trust issues, you know. Yeah, those never ring any bells. Those never sound any suspicious. So yeah, Creator, do you think that Lara is lying, or is that and she's actually older, or is that she started posting her art from the age of like 15 and it was already popping back then? Because it actually has been like more than a decade, probably more than a decade of her trying to learn uh what is it? The fucking the name of it? Atmospheric perspective. She has no reason to lie. Uh, no, I can actually see why you would like, as a girl, you would want to say that you're younger though. I can actually see that. Her Instagram has art since 40 years back, so her Instagram got like banned a couple of times, and she was also drawing like straight up porn back then. So it wasn't Instagrammable back then. Do you think she only started in 2018 though? I mean, not like there would be anything wrong with drawing naked girls at 15 years old. If anything, that is like the most the most reasonable, not the most reasonable, like the most obvious age for you to start at. I mean, isn't that the age where you're the most horny and you would want to draw them? I mean, if I wasn't drawing back then, I probably would draw that too. Posting it is illegal? Is it? I swear I saw her art like a decade ago, man. Maybe I didn't. I mean, maybe I'm like mistaking her with somebody. I've been definitely observing her art for a while. That's for sure. 6 years ago was pretty close. Perhaps it was 6 years ago. Hmm. There's also one guy who I know from back then who also does pinups and stuff. It might be them who I'm like conflicting her with. You know what I like about just the idea of it? They can move to the other part of the world, marry somebody there, and just like based from where your life just started and then where you end up in like in the middle of your life, and it's totally a different place. I really like that idea. For some reason, I really hate the idea of like you getting born, living in the same place for your whole life and dying there too. Like for some reason, it always seemed like the most depressing stuff for me. Time to get married to some sweet Georgian girl. I mean, it's not even about getting married or not getting married. It's about like living not where you're from. Mm, perhaps it doesn't necessarily even have to do with the place. Just like circumstances and all things considered. Kind of like moving somewhere where you didn't like belong at first and ending up somewhere else. There's like something that I really, really like about it. Handy eraser from that brush you can find in my Discord, man. I used to use that as a brush for everything, and I'll just keep it as an eraser. I really, really like it as an eraser. Like the water? Thanks, man. Yeah, I like it too. It's very chill to paint. It is very chill to paint. It's like if you actually get the like understand how it works, the mechanics, like the it is very very satisfying to apply. I sort of feel like you can paint fire exactly the same way as you do water, but with like little differences. What? She is flat and wanted to use those water bowls. Do you think she's a doctor? Wait, what? What does it have to do with her being flat? But yeah, that's. I mean, she heals with water element. That's kind of like what shamans in WoW do. What does it have to do with her being flat or not flat? But you guys, I've been streaming this piece for I guess third day now after I do my stream commissions. Like, how do you feel about just watching the same piece getting done like every day, pretty much? Not for long. I've been streaming for like hour and a half or 2 hours, but still, though, how do you feel about watching the same drawing? Because recently I've been trying to spice it up. Just a little bit worried that the same piece would get boring pretty quickly. I'm really enjoying working on this one though. So sounds like you guys don't mind it. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I actually did a little bit of thinking and I came to a conclusion that The fucking drawings that I've been advertising for so long. I don't think I'm onto that path yet. I think I'll still be like sticking to paintings and doing more bigger illustrations and those quick paintings on my stream for the most part. People who don't know how to draw frogs or water can learn. Yeah, I feel like we're tapping into that extremely passionate frog in the water learning community. What's on screen doesn't matter to me that much. Okay, man, I see. I still feel like it's, even though I imagine how that's how most people enjoy art streams, I still feel like it's important for me to care about what's on the screen and what I do on the stream. Just post the drawings? Dude, the thing about drawings is that I still have that vision in my head that they should have like calligraphy written names to all the sets and all the characters that I've drawn. But since I don't want to invest time into that, I kind of just delay posting them, and yeah, I ended up just never posting any of them. Maybe I should actually post them before they got too old. Because like half a year from now, I'll look at them and just cringe hard, and they'll end up never be posted. Guess I'll be right back in a minute. I'll get back. We will draw more frogs. Yo, let's continue Sunshines. If I was gone forever, I'm not. Do you feel your taste grow in about 6 month time, or is skill level progressing at time? Your taste or skill level? I think I don't know. I feel like taste is not something that you grow, just changes. But skill is obviously growing, of course. What reference did you use for this? I looked up some jumping frogs for this. Actually, you reminded me. Let's draw another one. Jesus Christ, what is going on with this frog? You did Karsti, but it was a really, really fast one. And I don't know. I don't know how helpful would you consider it being. I wouldn't say that I'm in the mood recently for critiques, as you can probably tell. No, Creature, that's not how it works. Shamans turn people into frogs. For the character? Well, yeah, I used like a reference of in-game model for the clothing. Of course, yeah. It's kind of where I took the inspiration from. But for the pose and like face stuff like that, no, I didn't use any references. I've been into not using references for poses lately. And faces too well. For faces, because just I'm mainly drawing furry characters, so it's like almost impossible to find a good reference for that. Actually, borderline impossible. Hey, blind, yo, sup? That's much worse. I don't know. I wouldn't mind being a froggy for 5 seconds, just seeing how it is. Yeah, but that's also pretty simple pose, though. And also, since she has a lot of armor on, you don't really have to get the anatomy as accurate as you would need if she was like naked or something. catch a fly midair with your tongue. Yeah, that's. I never realized I actually need that in my life. Even now, like imagine if you could catch any fly, if you could get rid of all of your mosquitoes in your room before bed doing that. That would be awesome. Do that now if you really want to. Yeah. How often do you catch mosquitoes with your hand, just like this? I do that quite often. Like my success rate with it is quite